Akali, I was going to say, look, it's a perfect Azir angle now. You've got the Gangplank, you've got the late game scaling. The Akali, a little bit riskier.
That is a Showmaker pick. Of that alongside Sponge. So I do like what this composition does. I do think that Dplus, if they are able to start snowballing, it's going to roll real fast.
Yeah, that's definitely true really well. But I think if you mess it up as Dplus, there's so many ways this can go wrong. As Sponge is coming up here right now, does have ult and flash.
Yep, Kingen does have oranges. The little hop does come in. You can actually oranges out of that one as Kingen's looking to keep himself alive. It does not work. And Sponge going to punch him in the back of the head and grab first blood.
Big win here for Sponge. You got it.
Yeah, maybe it was Ox's opportunity to talk about the opportunity.
Kingen is way up here with no flash.
Does he have more oranges? That is the question, as Pled is just going to walk towards him. Barrel is going to come on through here as Rascal's throwing the boomerangs down, and yeah, there's a Vi here once again. And Kingen is very, very much going to be dead. Well, it's going to take a while, and then he's going to be dead. There he goes. There he goes. He's dead now.
Teddy gets the kill, and that's a Ziggs in the side. Uncontested aiming will get some plate gold again here, bottom side. But they're going to get a lot of value up here with the Ziggs, and the whole turret will go down whenever Teddy decides to satchel it. There it is.
Yeah, barely even needed to be honest, because they were making swift work of that turret.
Yeah.
Aiming is trying to get through this bottom outer, but you can see with all of these grubs being picked up, DRX are just destroying these turrets one after the other. That should be an inner very, very early on. I mean,
yeah.
It is 5 grubs, and that's because they just haven't quite killed the 6th one. There it goes.
Showmaker, if he TPs, he's in trouble too, and they're just going to take this out. Another satchel, double turret, and
if they were, you know, making a list. Is all right. More satchel range to come through here as the Void Mites come on down.
He doesn't have a front line, doesn't have strong engage. Dplus are in a little bit of trouble here.
Yeah, and Lucid just hasn't been the proactive player that we've seen him as for quite some time, you know. Hasn't been able to find the angles as Pletter is now going to get hand shook back. There's the Arctic Assault. They get the Permafrost onto the Leona there as well, and normally don't engage onto a Leona, or maybe that is still going to be the case here as Showmaker gets into the Shroud, and my god, the damage from the Nara is massive, but the answer is still going to be there from DRX, from Dplus. As Teddy, can he land these water balloons? That's the question. The answer is no, doesn't quite have the arm for it. Dplus also, the fact that they were able to answer somewhat, definitely positive, especially after putting so many cooldowns into a Leona, which we generally frown upon here in the LCK, or just everywhere.
Yeah, generally not a good idea.
Yeah, generally not. As Lucid is over the Weaver's wall. Yeah, who is going to be able to move on in, though. You can see they just want to get towards this soul point. Let's see whether Lucid can get there. And they are able to set it up for the Rent. Great handshake there as well. As Sponge finds himself in no man's land. The snipe is beautiful, and Kellen's Renata, man. Doesn't matter the game state, you can always find an angle. As now Rascal, speaking of angles, is heading towards this mid lane where the Rift Herald has done so much work. This should be another turret. Yeah, it will be.
Yep, there's the satchel. Bye-bye.
Down a single target, and then allowing Showmaker and Kingen to sort of clean up these fights afterwards in the mayhem. Certainly something that these champions can do as barrels come on down. That is a tanky Sejuani, but maybe not tanky enough as the Mega Inferno Bomb comes in. But oh my goodness, the hostile takeover is too powerful! And there's Showmaker with a perfect execution. Not able to quite backflip over the wall though, but still, Dplus looking for more. Satchel to try and keep Teddy safe, and it will be able to do so for now. Heck out of dodge. Sees them and then Q's over the wall. He wants out of here as Kingen maybe wanted out of here as well, as he's going to use the oranges. Flash does have the cannon barrage down. They're taking so much damage under the turret. Kingen takes the first one. Now Rascal's gonna die. It's a double kill for the Gangplank from the grave. Somehow Kellen lands that handshake. I don't know how he does it. Go-Go Gadget hands or something.
So Sponge eating way too much turret damage here. Rascal stuck under the turret while he's trying to look for the wall up there. And it's just a disaster here. Great handshake from Kellen. Speaking of...
Yeah, there's another one. Pletter is going to have to flash to get himself out of the way as the barrel not quite in there, as maybe Kingen's overextended now, but the hostile takeover through the entire choke point. And Rascal can't do it this time. Yeah, who's going to get knocked up? The Ren should be there. The Pierce certainly is. But the Mega Inferno Bomb is massive, and Teddy picks up a double. Cue the yakety sax. This game is going completely bananas.
It definitely is. At the end of the day, though, Kellen sets up some really big plays there. He actually has enough time to get over here, rotate in on this Talia. Doesn't have Weaver's Wall to split up Dplus, though, and they have to walk to the phalanx of barrels.
Yeah, and they've got Cannon Barrage and Glacial Prison, and look at this. There is 0 vision available. This dragon is gonna belong to Dplus. They will take that one down with item.
I love the Axiom arc follow-up here as well, where he's just like, Kellen's the real carry. Let's just put him in that ult as much as possible.
It works. Kellen's been having a great game. Is now Lucid, possibly overextended. Not going to quite find it here with the Vault Breaker. Did Sponge as the barrels not landing onto Rascal there, but he still has to get out. He's not as tanky as he needs to be if he wants to be taking these barrels.
With TP, I mean, he can just keep pushing here.
Rascal might just be dead. Kellen's coming through, and he really wants to shake his hand. There's the flash, Cannon Barrage. Not really doing anything. I don't know whether that was a button that needed to be pressed. You've still got some resets coming in, and like you were saying, Showmaker just being a nuisance in the bottom lane.
Yeah, I mean, he's just putting the pressure on bottom side here. Dplus not quite able to catch the Gnar. They haven't really taken that many turrets off of the map, so it's a little bit tough to actually set that one up there, unfortunately. But at the end of the day, though, you could see the power of Dplus just sitting in his chokes.
That really hurts. All right, Trial by Fire needs to come through for that big damage, and aiming just says it doesn't need to be there. Hostile takeover, and Rascal, he flashed before, he doesn't have it available now, as Kellen will be punished. But that is a 2-for-1, and yeah, Teddy might be fed, but they're just not fighting where he can do anything about it.
Yeah, he's fighting in chokes only, Pleto.
Oh, okay, Showmaker diving on in. That is the entire kitchen sink down on top of Showmaker, but he'll go into his shroud, and he might just be okay. The backflip over the wall, the Arctic Assault to do the same thing as Kingen. He is still looming in the brush, but doesn't find the barrel chain. Oh, that means he's definitely not gonna be here for this fight. Let's see whether Teddy can get a Mega Inferno Bomb over. He does have it available, and he is in range, but this is just dead. It's just gone. Went down to 83, but it doesn't seem to matter because there was no one in the pit.
He will get the ult back up in the longer fight here, but Dplus complete control.
And Rascal does have a Gnar in a decent position, and I guess you could argue that Elder is more important, and it absolutely is, as now Pleto with the Eclipse is able to tank up a few of these barrels. The 3-man to come through, and now the Cannon Barrage on top of it. Teddy's the target, but he is able to get himself out of there with that Seraph shield. Showmaker's looking for him, though. There's a 5-point strike, and now the perfect execution. This should be the cleanup for Dplus. And there is no response from DRX, and I think Dplus might just try and push through.
Very clean fight for Dplus in the latter half of the game, just playing the map better. DRX had a huge lead, lost all the dragons though, couldn't contest, couldn't break through the barrels as Rascal.
Oh, yeah. I don't think Rascal's going to be surviving this one. Oh, maybe he is, because Dplus are distracted by the base.
Yeah, I think they're a little bit more interested in killing the Nexus than killing the Yordle there, as Kellen's going to stop his backs as well. He can't even get home.
Just shaking his hand over and over again. He will get gnawed into the wall and likely loses this 1v1, but maybe the base will die first, as Pleta's being ignored at the same time. There is the death for Kellen as Mega Inferno Bomb comes on through, but it is 2 turrets and a dead Leona, and then the Nexus goes down. Dplus pick up